Hi, my name is Vas and welcome to my channel. Today in this video I'm gonna make a very small drone guide for you. You want to get into drones and you just decided to get a new drone. This video is for you. And before we start, do subscribe to my channel please. This will gonna support me a lot, and which means that I'm still doing good job making videos for you and sharing all the techniques and knowledge I have. In this video I will break it down in 3 chapters. So the first chapter will gonna be things I wish to know before I purchase my drone. The second chapter will gonna be all accessories and ND filters for your drone. And the last chapter will gonna be applications for your laptop to edit shows, videos or images. So let's start with the first chapter. So things I wish to know before I purchase my drone is basically when I purchased my drone at the time I had no idea with regulations, and also I purchased a heavy drone as well, which was IROS, and you still can see it's here. It's living with other drones. Okay, so it was a funny thing because I just applied for my flyer ID and operator ID. I had to drive around 1 hour away to fly my drone, which was a bit of a journey to commit just to fly for drone. And it's very important, guys, if you decide to buy a drone, it's very important to consider where you're planning to fly your drone. And if you just want to fly your drone in your town or in your city, I would highly recommend to get a mini drone. So a DJI Mini 3 Pro, which I purchased, I think I purchased it last year if I'm not wrong. Anyway, and this drone gives me flexibility to fly in my city, or if I go like visiting a new city, I can fly it without restrictions. I still check the applications, which I'm gonna talk a bit late, where I can fly and if I'm not allowed to fly at that location. So yes, again, it's very important that you consider where you're planning to fly your drone. If you want to fly your drone in your town, it's definitely a DJI Mini drone to buy. So don't buy a heavy drone if you live in the city, and especially if you don't drive. Definitely you're gonna buy a heavy drone and you'll be restricted where you can fly that drone. So first thing is make sure you know where you want to fly your drone. Another thing is the reason to fly your drone. If you want to buy a drone just to fly for fun, as I said before, the DJI Mini drone should do the job. If you want to make money out of it, you should consider buying a heavy drone like DJI Air 2S, DJI Air 3 or Mavic 3 Pro. But for that you'll need additional license, which you're gonna have to pay and make that course, which will gonna give you a certificate, and which this will gonna allow you to fly in the city and closer to people. So yes, if you want to fly the drone just for fun, the DJI Mini drone should do the job. If you want to make money and open a business, you should consider buying a bit heavy drone, which is more expensive but will also require new additional license. Another thing I didn't know before purchasing my drone is what application I need to have on my phone to check where I can fly my drone and where I'm not allowed. It took me a couple of weeks to find out that I need to have an application on my phone to check if it's good weather, if its location it's alright, if I can take off from that land. And it's very important that if you're on a private land, you're not allowed to take off. So if, example, you want to fly, let's say in the countryside, you're not allowed to take off from a private land. But if you go on a public land, you should be fine. Regarding what application you need to check where you can fly and where you're not allowed to, I'm gonna leave a link below in the description so you can check them. And another thing which is really important for you is to make sure you have a decent laptop for editing 4K and 5K videos. That's if you're planning to make videos for YouTube or for clients. Let's say you open a business and you purchase a good drone but you don't have a decent laptop to edit 4K and 5K videos, which actually happened to me. So when I purchased the DJI Air 2S, I had a Windows laptop, which isn't the best, but it's not the worst, but I wasn't able to work in application to edit 4K and 5K videos. And luckily only this year I made a choice to buy a MacBook Pro. If it's a Windows laptop, make sure it has at least 64 gig RAM, and if it's a MacBook Pro, make sure it has at least 33 gig RAM, which is really important for you to make sure you can work in JAWS application to edit 4K and 5K videos. Now let's say you purchase a drone and you don't know what's the next step. The next step is to make sure you get your flyer ID and operator ID. And now we're gonna head to Google and try to find out how you can get that. Okay guys, so now let's talk about flyer ID and operator ID. And now we're gonna head to Google and just type get flyer ID. So let's type it, get flyer, okay, flyer, here you go. And that's the first website. And just click on it, and it's telling you all the information you need to know before applying for flyer ID. And you're just clicking getting an operator ID, and here you go, it's all details. You're gonna have to register as well, and basically you're gonna have to pass a theory test, which then we're gonna give you the flyer ID and operator ID. It's also very important that you make a sticker and you put on your drone as well. Okay, so now we are covering the second chapter, which is anti-filters and accessories you'll need for your drone. And let's start with anti-filters. So if you just purchase a drone and you want to fly and record videos or take pictures, it's very important that you're gonna need anti-filters when it's bright outside, because this will gonna give you more flexibility to work when you're editing JAWS videos or images. So example, I'm using my DJI Mini 3 Pro and my DJI Air 2S, and for both of them I have my anti-filters, which I'm using them pretty much all the time when it's bright outside. And I'm telling you, it does make the difference. If you don't have ones, you should consider buying them as soon as possible. Okay, now let's talk about a backpack or a bag for your drone. I'm pretty much happy with the bag which came from my drones, and I know you can buy a hard case, but I see no reason spending extra £100 on a new case or a new bag. For JAWS money I can buy something new for my drones, or well, can save more money for a new drone. So if you're thinking to buy a new bag for your drone, you should be thinking why you need a new bag. If you're not happy with DJI bag, I'm pretty sure it does the job. You got like 3 compartments here. I have my controller here, my batteries, and the room for my drone. So I have, as I said before, I see no reason buying a new bag. But if you're doing business, you have extra funds to spend, and yeah, you should get a hard case for that if you have extra money for that. I've seen a lot of people on Facebook and YouTube saying about battery strap, and I made a choice. Let's try battery strap, and I purchased kind of a battery holder for my DJI Mini 3 Pro, and as you can see in this video, it's kind of holding the battery. If you can see here, let me see. So basically, to be honest, I don't think there's much reason to having this accessory on my drone. It makes it a bit more heavy, but anyway, it's here already, so it's quite interesting. But to be honest, I don't think that's necessary. But if you have extra money as well, it cost me around £3, so it's not a lot of money. And if it's holding my battery here safely, why not? The reason I purchased this battery holder is because the batteries, I can see here, the clips from battery are very fragile, and if one of them are snapping, it's a chance for the battery to fall from my drone, which I don't want this happen. Anyway, my battery is pretty much, I haven't done any damage to my battery, so hopefully I won't damage them. Another accessory you can consider buying if you really need it, it's a landing pad. So basically you put it down and you're taking off. So I'm gonna show you how it looks. There you go, it's like that. And you're gonna put it down and take off your drone from it. To be honest, since I purchased this, I've used only a couple of times, and when I'm going out, I'm not really using it, and I think that was a bit of a waste of money for me, and it's a bit hard to put it back. Oh, here you go, I made it. So yes, if you want to buy a landing pad, you can buy that. I think it costs £10, I'm not sure, something like that. But as I said before, I don't think you're gonna use it much unless you got a bigger John and you want something. To be honest, it just takes room in my bag, and it takes time as well. Anyway, if you want to buy this, I'm gonna leave a link in the description, and you can buy one. Now let's talk about a power bank. If you just have a fly more kit for your John, or you're just thinking to buy a fly more kit, it's very important to have a power bank as well, depending how much you want to fly your John. If your John allows you to fly with one battery just 20 minutes, I would think and I would recommend to buy a power bank, which I purchased one for myself, and to be honest, I've never used to charge my batteries, but I'm charging my phone with it. But as I said, if you have, or if you're using your batteries a lot, it's very important to buy a power bank, which you can charge your batteries anywhere. You're gonna need a strong power bank as well, and a powerful. I'm gonna leave a link in the description so you can check it out. If you just purchased a John itself and you're planning to buy more batteries, you should definitely consider buying a charging hub. And for this, you'll be able to charge all batteries at the same times. Just to let you know, this charging hub doesn't charge all of them simultaneously, so it's charging them one at a time. The reason is so your battery doesn't get hot, which will gonna prevent risk for fire. Now let's talk about the last chapter on this video, which is applications to edit your images and videos. So we're gonna start with application you can use for free on your laptop. So the application you should consider downloading if you're planning to edit videos is the one I'm recommended is DaVinci Resolve, which is completely free, and from what I've heard, a lot of people are happy with. And let's have a look on their website. So basically it's a free application and it's free to download on your laptop, and basically you can just click download, and which we're gonna give you options for which laptop you want to download. You can download for Windows, for Linux, or for Mac. So once you download it on your laptop, you can freely install it and you can start working it straight away. Other applications which you can use to edit your videos are Final Cut Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro, which are very powerful softwares as well. However, they cost money. If you're on budget, I would recommend to stick with DaVinci Resolve, which will give you an idea how to work and edit those videos. Images editing applications you can have on your laptop. The one I'm recommending is Adobe Photoshop and Lightroom. However, they do cost money and you're gonna have to subscribe and pay a monthly subscription in order to work in them. If you want to edit your images and videos on your phone, I think there's a couple applications you can use for free. The one I'm using on my Android is from Huawei. It calls Petal, and it's totally free and does a great job, and I'm very happy with it. Anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching this video. If you learned anything from this video, please feel free to subscribe to my channel, and thumbs up as well. If you have any questions, please do ask me in the comments and I'll reply you back. And I'll see you next video.